So welcome to my home kitchen, and today I have a fantastic recipe for some back to school cookies. So if we are about to go back or we're back at school already, there's nothing like a simple little treat when the kids come home, or even the big kids in the house. And it starts off with flour, self-raising flour, and always sieve flour. Wherever you get an opportunity to sieve flour, sieve it. It lightens it up, and it also just takes any unnecessary things that may be in there that might have dropped or otherwise into the flour. So once you have that sieved, we're going to add in our sugar, and then we're going to put in some softened butter. Now that is not always the cookie recipe you'll see, but it's the one that I prefer with this one. So we're going to rub this butter into it, and then just to the side of the flour there, we're going to add some baking powder. It's not too much because the self-raising flour is already in there. I'm going to mix that in just with a little bit of the flour before I start rubbing in my butter. And there we go. Take that around, and then you got to get in. There's only one way to rub in butter, and that is to get in with your finger and your thumbs. So we're going to lift, and we're going to use our fingers and our thumbs just to rub that butter in to get a nice sandy texture. So this will only take a couple of minutes. So there you go. That is the lovely sandy texture that you're looking for once the butter is rubbed in. So to that now, I need to add in some eggs, which I have here, and golden syrup. So 2 of Margaret's free-range eggs. Margaret's very happy eggs because of the happy hens, which we'll never get tired of pointing out because it's so important to have a quality, good, fresh egg when you're baking in particular. So we're going to break that up slightly, and then to that we're adding some golden syrup. And I think this is key, is the golden syrup, because it's going to give a lot of flavour, and it also makes the cookies sort of a little bit more of a snappy biscuit style, which is what I'm after. So there we go. Just give that a quick mix, and then that is going to go into the center of the bowl, and we're going to work this in. It doesn't look like a lot of liquid, but it will be enough. Trust the recipe. And we'll just mix that in to form a dough. So bear with that just for about a minute or so as we continue to mix. Now you see that comes together really well. Just get the last bits of the dry flour sugar in there. And then what we're going to add to that is some cranberries. So I've chopped up some dried cranberries. Okay, and nuts. So I have a selection of nuts going in here. And again, these are optional, particularly if you've got a nut allergy, keep the nuts out of there for the children. So I've got some pecans, some hazelnuts in there as well. Seems quite a lot, but you'll see now when I break these up. And some more chocolate, not more, but some chocolate going in there as well. So we want to try and get nuts in, just to make sure that we can get a little bit of some cereal and some grains in there. We're going to mix that up, and that'll all form together in one big piece. There we go. Now look at that. See the amount of proportion of both the fruit, the nuts, and of course the chocolate. And those are little chocolate buttons that I'm using deliberately. So that'll come together as one big piece, and I'm going to show you now how to roll this out because we need to chill this before baking. Okay, so you need to get yourself a roll of cling film, and we're going to roll a bit of this out. Okay, and just cut a piece of that. There we go. And just take a bit of the dough, and then you're going to get in with your hands because you want to keep this like a sausage style shape. Now if it is a bit wet, this is not, but if you find this a little bit moist, put a dusting of flour, self-raising flour, just into that. Shape that kind of a little bit rough, to be fair, and then roll the cling film around it and try and just create a nice sort of sausage shape on that. And we're going to roll that. Okay, and that's just going to give it a nice round shape, and then just tighten in the sides of this, and we're going to place that onto a tray. We're going to get about 6 of these out of that mix, and we're going to chill this. You've got to chill these cookies before you cook them. So I'll complete that and chill these down. So now as we get the last one done, just spread that out. Every one of them the exact same, roughly there or thereabouts. Okay, and the secret about chilling these is that you can cut these down. I'm going to show you. And there's a disc in, they're ready to go straight onto the tray for baking. So we can shape that out, give it a final roll, and that should get you 6 even pieces. So I'm going to preheat the oven. We're going to chill these. Now I'm going to recommend you're going to chill them for at least an hour, but we're not going to bake them all together. Okay, the beauty about this is this will last for about a week, and you take one out maybe every evening, cut it down and bake it, or two, and then you're going to have fresh cookies every sort of other couple of days. So I'm going to pop these in. Okay, so once they're chilled, they're going to feel sort of fairly firm. Okay, but not hard. We're just going to literally remove the cling film. So just cut the ends of it and open them up, and you'll see there, I won't be able to reshape that again. And all I'm looking to do now is to cut those into discs like so. You don't get too thick. You can make them as thick as you wish. They'll move slightly on the tray as well. You'll just see in the center of that, look, the lovely nuts and everything. And we're just going to place them directly onto parchment paper. Bit of space in between. You get about 4 across this particular tray. And just continue to do that until you have a tray full. And then we're going to get straight into the oven. They'll take in and around about 12 to 15 minutes. Look at the color of that. Beautiful. Now, yeah, look at that. So that is most definitely what we're looking for. Lovely, even golden color. And see how they've spread out a little bit. So we're just going to let them sit for a minute or two, and then we're going to break them apart and move them. Okay, so just flip them over now, and this will just allow them to crisp up on the base. And then we'll just let them sit there for another couple of minutes. Okay, so they are our back to school cookies, and get the jar filled up, and really what you're looking for from them is a nice kind of biscuity, chewy. I'm sorry, I couldn't wait any longer, but that is one of the simplest recipes to put together for a beautiful little treat, whether it's at the weekend, whether it's for school lunch boxes, after school, even with some ice cream at the weekend. They are amazing. So enjoy being back at school, and share this as a family for our ultimate back to school cookies with Margaret's free range eggs.